Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for Noah, and it is a Gold 4 game, and they said they won it as well. They only play Mercy, and things they like to work on is, I feel like desperate winning. I don't think my positioning or decision making was that good. It's kind of hard to tell since this is quite a short game, but I definitely feel like I could have done better with damage boosting or positioning. Alright, so obviously we're looking at a very, very short circuit royale game here, but we'll definitely look to see how we can, be better with our damage boost and positioning here. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of like just get straight into this VOD basically. But if you guys want your own, would you like your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch on Sundays at 2 PM in the UK, but don't worry if you can't make that time, as I also do them offline and upload them straight to YouTube as well. They only cost 7,500 Koala Moolah, or channel points as they're probably better known, which you can get completely for free by watching like my streams basically. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays at around 5:30 PM UK, so be sure to hop on over there, get saving, and you can have your very own VOD either shown live on stream or be done offline and just be posted to YouTube afterwards. For more info, do not be afraid to hop into the stream or come and join the Koala Creek Discord and ask one of my lovely mods over there. The link for that will be in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yeah, so we'll basically just get straight into it. We have Pink as well on today. I believe this is my first Pink VOD as well after, obviously, it got re-released and everything like that. And we had a rose gold one earlier, and we now have Pink, which is really, really cute to see. Obviously, I love all the sound effects, and that's as well for an absolutely great cause as well. First of all, I love your positioning right now. So many people, I feel like I've talked about this so much in VODs, that people now start using this so more. You can sit on all three of these little platforms, and this one's the best one. Especially when, like, at the start of games when, like, people are pushed up like this. Love this. Love where you're positioned already up here. Very, very nice. Very good positioning. We keep on going. Now establish yourself onto the rock. Nice. At this point, I've been starting to look to back out to go and play with your Ash. Remember, your Ash is your main blue beam target here. So I've been looking to try and like back out a little bit sooner than what you are doing. The reasoning is because you don't want people just kind of like fling around this corner now and just start shooting you, because they're going to be able to see your beam, okay? These guys are just going to be able, like, these guys that are stood main like this, they're going to be able to see your beam and be looking to try and get to you, or like, as you're trying to rotate out, okay? Be a bit proactive here. Think to yourself, these guys are going to start pushing main in a second. I need to start backing off, and just do like a little GA, just a little bit further back, either to behind this car, or even better, come back up onto this high ground here and like jiggle peek like this basically. We just want to back off a little bit sooner than what we are doing here. But it's okay, we keep on going. Yeah, do you see how like the Rhine is already trying to look for you with the fire strike, because we're already like, we're still pushed up. So if you can back off a little bit sooner than what we did do. Nice GA to go and help our Genji though, very, very nice. We can go back up to our high ground now. Very, very nice. Nice. Like your balancing of the beams here. Very, very nice balance of the beams here for the Sigma. I absolutely love this. I love how you heal him. You see he's about to shoot. You go in damage boost and you go back to healing. Very, very nice beam management here. Very, very good. Nice. Obviously, Genji's in very, very deep. Ooh. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this. This is very risky and I don't like it. Let's quickly rewind it, okay? So this is all completely fine. So we noticed that Genji is very, very weak. Instead of you going to go and heal your Sigma here, wait for your Genji, okay? Agreed as soon as I did it. No, it's alright, sweet. But I'm going to talk to you here, right? I don't like you going to go and heal your Sigma here. I would rather you allowed your Honor to heal the Sigma and be looking out for this Genji, then save your GA to be able to GA around this barrier like this and get your beam onto your Genji as soon as possible, okay? Because you want to try and like make sure that we're keeping him up, and Honor is too busy trying to focus down. Like if I look at your Honor's POV, I bet she's staring right at your Sigma. Bam. Okay, she's too busy trying to help heal up your Sigma and look in main. You, however, have the capability, especially, because you don't need to focus on aiming, and, you have all this ability to be able just to kind of, like, have this free reign to look, okay? It's not like Honor has to, kind of, like, stay scoped in, be looking around and unscoped kind of thing. So she has a little bit, like, less kind of being able to look around compared to you as Mercy. You have so much freedom to look around and be able to kind of, like, look to see who needs your help and who we can kind of, like, just leave, okay? So I've been looking to use my GA, maybe being a little bit proactive and coming around, like, ready to beam him as soon as he gets out, basically. But we just want to make sure that we're getting this Genji out rather than just waiting for him to come to us, basically. But we keep on going. Now, with this res, you end up going very, very aggressive for it, which I don't really like because the Ryan could very easily just turn around and start swinging at you, basically, and just easily, like, pick you off. And it's not like you can do a super jump res either, just purely because of how it's positioned around that doorway and how the texture is of that doorway, basically. We can't do it. So just leave him just to die there, to be honest. And the reason I didn't like it is because I basically left him with the enemy team. What do you mean, like... you didn't like the res because you left him with the enemy team? I get that as well, but also generally because of the riskiness of it as well. Because you run the risk of the Rhine just coming back and just essentially just doing 2 little swings onto you, and like the Zen just peeking you one time and hitting like 1 orb on you. Because what's gonna happen is you will go for this res, and people can hear that you're going for this res. Ryan will just turn around and just... and Zen could just be easily just coming with like a set of orbs, basically. I feel like this is too risky right now. I would rather you kind of played it back with your team, allowed yourself to pick off a few more people. If you do end up picking off the Ryan or picking off like a few other people, then go for the res. But right now, that res is way too risky. Alright, but we keep it going. Nice backing out. Don't rotate up here. We know that the soldier is up here because we can hear him when we're over here. So don't be kind of forcing yourself to come up to here to try and help this Ash. Instead, if you need to come and help this Ash, GA yourself through into this room. Yes, it's a little bit more risky because obviously, you know, we can have people coming from like over here, but it's definitely a lot safer than you going up above and then being in LOS of the soldier, okay? Always be really, really mindful that people can go and use that high ground. So if we need to go and help our Ash, do a G into this room and then go and help and damage boost and pocket in here. Alright, we keep going. Because can you see how like we're basically becoming like a free... Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I do something stupid here, and I apologize in advance. I'm glad that you realize that this isn't the play, okay? And this all kind of stems down to this bad pit position, okay? Because you end up kind of panicking now, and you're like, oh my god, soldier. And instead of you dropping down into some cover away from him, you decide to go and challenge him, which, you know what, fair enough. Like, if you've got the balls, you know, go and do it. My only thing is your aim isn't the best against this soldier here. Like, I feel like if you want to try and go for this, we need to have a little bit of a better aim onto the soldier. But it's all good. Even if it's just like one shot, like, you know, just, you know, try to panic him with one shot and then just J yourself away. Do that. We don't need to kind of stay here and contest it as long as we do. Nice backing out though. But yeah, if we're backing out from the soldier, we need to make sure that we're going to some hard cover. So either it's coming to crouch behind this car, or we're G'ing ourselves into one of these rooms or something. I would recommend the rooms because I'd rather you played your life, allowed yourself to regen, and kind of like just half peek these guys for a second, than you coming down and, you know, dying here, basically. Alright, okay, so this all kind of stems once again from this bad pit of positioning. So instead, position yourself into this room and it would save this entire scenario from happening, because then as soon as we start pushing forward a little bit more, we can use our honor to G ourselves up onto this piece of high ground, and then we can kind of like just keep on playing with our team. Alright, but we keep on going. Let's have a bit more of a drink as well while you respawn. You're actually gonna die here, yeah. But it's good, reset, go again. Unfortunately, at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna fall over. You could try and obviously get back just to try and maybe just pick someone up, but I feel like the other person you could try and maybe help get out now is your honor. Nice J, obviously, to get her back out. Very, very nice. Nice damage boost as well with her. My only thing is distance yourself from your honor here. The reason is because you have Ash. If your Ash decides to get in aggressive and try to chuck an aggressive nade, she'll be able to see that you're still stuck with your honor, so she'll chuck a dynamite. That's 2 of you being burned with dynamite. However, if we position ourselves back off a little bit more, like let's say we position ourselves over here, because we can still reach our beam over here. If we play here and the dynamite goes for honor, we don't end up also getting hit by the dynamite. It means then that the Ash gains less ult charge, and it also means that you both are not just panicking trying to both heal each other as you're both with your dynamite, okay? So it's all good that, you know, you go to push up here and then, you know, you G yourself around to just be able to get your honor back. But as soon as your honor is back, look to back off. Also, by backing off of here, it then gives you also the option to be able to beam your Ash in a second. Your Ash is very, very close to Bob, and let's try, you know, help her get that as soon as possible. So it means that she could chuck her Bob down and be really, really aggressive, okay? So what I'd be doing is I'd be position myself here as soon as possible, allow myself to then go back with this Ash. Alright, we keep it going. if we want to rotate, go behind here. You want to go, once again, if you want to go to your Ashe, you want to kind of rotate around here, we need to do it up above on this higher section here. The reason is because you doing just a straight GA across like this, do you see how much, you know, open space we're coming to GA across right now? Very, very easy for our Ashe to be able to just kind of like, you know, track us and shoot us down, okay? It kind of goes once again back to this bit of positioning here where I'd rather you be up here, because as soon as we're up here, we could play over Ashe. If our Ashe wants to rotate, that's cool. Leave her to rotate. We can damage boost our Genji as he's doing so, and then as soon as our Ashe is in a better angle, we can then go back to damage boosting her, alright? We don't want to be kind of G'ing ourselves across here. I also feel like we kind of forgotten a bit about our what's it called? Our DPS. Remember, our Ashe is a really, really good damage boost target, so is our Genji, and they're very, very close to ultimates, okay? I feel like we need to stay with them a little bit more than playing with our tank, okay? Our tank is full HP, he's completely fine, but also, he's not going to be able to shoot over this Rhine shield compared to our Genji. Let's quickly have a look at our Genji's doing. Our Genji can shoot over the Rhine shield. Our Genji can, you know, provide damage to the backline, can you see? Because he can shoot the Ashe, he can shoot the Mercy, and he can shoot the Zen here. Because obviously they're behind the Rhine, you know, he's got a good angle from the Rhine shield. Compared to go to our Sigma doesn't have an angle on anyone because the Rhine shield is currently blocking everyone and everyone else is playing out into cover, okay? We want to try and play, if we can, with our DPS a little bit more than being with our tank here. But so good. I'm going to see what we end up doing in a second. Nice damage boost on the deflects. Nice res. My only thing with this res is, instead of you doing... Hold on, let me quickly rewind it, because I'll show you what I mean. It's nice damage boost on the deflects, okay? So, I don't like this GA from you. I don't like you G'ing and then just super jumping up here, okay? Because remember, we want to use super jump to position rather than our positioning. And the reason is, the reason why that is because we don't want to just super jump ourselves up into the air and use that as our position, because it makes it very, very easy for the soldiers to be able to track us and get us down. I would rather, instead of you doing this like straight GA up, you can sit here and still pocket the Genji, by the way. You can have like just 5 here. However, if you want to go and res this honor, do this as a straight GA, res, and then that means we'll have our GA ready to get ourselves back, basically. Yeah, the super jump, it is quite predictable, because, you know, as soon as you're up in the air as Mercy, it's very, very easy for people just to be able to just track you as you fall, especially if you're using Angelic Descent a lot and you're not, like, kind of spamming the Angelic Descent, so, like, your wings kind of, like, open and close weirdly to manipulate your head hitbox, so you manipulate your, like, general hitbox. So, just, it's so much better if we just play on the ground here. Or it'd be so much better if we just were playing with our Ashe as well. Because look at how good of our Ashe, good of an angle our Ashe has. If our Ashe gets a damage boost here, that's our soldier gone in one shot. Alright? So, just obviously be really, really cautious that we can definitely do that. But anyway, keep on going. I like this res. Just if we're doing this res, do it slightly more to this wall. That's a really nice block. Let's quickly check. Make sure that we're flicking the damage boost beam onto the Sigma a little bit sooner than what you do. Sigma, with his flux, can only damage boost the lift up, and then obviously, you know, you can shoot people in it. However, you cannot damage boost the slam down, okay? So what I like to do with flux is I try my best to get my beam onto the Sigma for when he rises it up. As soon as that Sigma rises up, then look for either him, obviously, you know, you keep damage boost him if you want to, or you can look at someone else and look to see, you know, if there's someone that's focusing people that's in the flux, just to try and get rid of them as quick as possible, basically. I didn't know that, yes. Sigma's ult is, I think, is the only one where you can only damage boost part of it. But yeah, you can only damage boost the lift up. You can then damage boost like his spam and everything, obviously, when he's like shooting, because obviously with the flux, he can lift him up. He can then shoot, I think, one set of spears, and then he'll slam them back down. But the slam, obviously, you can't damage boost that. You can only damage boost the lift up. Alright, but keep on going, though. I'm not on you. I don't know what I'm doing. I lost my mouse. Wait, there we are. Hold on. I'll quickly come back because I lost my mouse for a second. So, yeah. So, what I would do here is I would damage boost the Sigma, I've damaged the Sigma ult up, and then I would go to damage boost my Genji after that, because he's going to go and try and get the Mercy. So it means, I mean, obviously I know the Rhyme was answered and everything, but we could definitely try to, you know, pick off this Mercy as well. That's so good. Very, very nice. And overall, really, really well played from our team as well. Nice. And now we can just reset, go again. Very, very nice. Awesome. So now I'll be looking to see kind of like what ultimates that they're going to be having. Obviously, we know that you shattered last team fight, but that was about it. Res? Do an instantaneous res here rather than kind of like waiting for a second. Because I feel like you kind of like hesitate and wait for a second. Like, oh, should I res this? Should I not? Go for it straight away. Okay, the reason why I want you to go for this res straight away is on the just in case this Ashe has coach gun and just very instantly, because what could happen is the Ashe will just coach gun up, boom, 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 and you're gone because you're too busy trying to wait for this res. Instead, as soon as this Ashe goes, instantaneously res, because then if the Ashe tries to contest, obviously it's going to be too late because, you know, she's going to be res, and we're also already too busy G'ing ourselves away. All right, so just go for the res straight away here. Don't try and hesitate. That's so good. We leave our Ashe though, okay? Don't be leaving our Ashe when we go and res her, okay? I like how, you know, you do want to try and help your Genji, but we have honor for that. We have honor, and actually we want our honor to heal up the Genji here. The reason why I want to help, you know, we want our honor to heal up the Genji here is because she's going to build up nano. If she heals the Genji here, she will build up her nano. We have a nano blade for next team fight. However, because we're going to go and heal for the Genji, we're now not going to have a nano blade for the next team fight, and we're going to have to go through a damage boost. But also, we're leaving our Ashe by ourselves, okay? We don't want to try and res someone and leave them by themselves, as we talked about with the Genji res at the beginning, okay? We don't want to leave this Ashe by herself. We want to try and stay with her and commit with her just for a second, because she's going to stay where she is until she gets a coach gun back. Sorry, a coach gun back, and then we can peel back, all right? Because I would rather you stayed with your Ashe right now. That's nice. Obviously, we pulled back to her, which is great, but we should definitely just stayed with her to begin with. By also staying with Ashe, we provide this really, really good and strong, like, off angle here as well. Because the team are going to struggle to be able to push up onto her if, you know, you're with her. Alright, but keep on going. Ooh, okay, let's quickly rewind this. What ends up happening here? So we rotate back. We don't hear the soldier footsteps, okay? Whenever we're playing up here and we know that the team's going to be around here, still be really listening out and being proactive and thinking to ourselves, okay, where can people attack from? Because people can still rotate up as it's high ground. In fact, that's probably going to be the best way. This section here is going to be the best way that they can attack your Ashe right now. Because either their Ashe, once she's rezzed, can coach gun up and then go pew 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 and you're gone. Or, as the soldier's going to do in a second, he's going to come through and visor, okay? What I want you to do here is I want you to be aware of this. So as you're playing with this Ashe, be flicking to the side like this. Be like this. Because then we're checking this angle. We're checking for people coming from here to be able to contest us. But also we're playing with our Ashe still. Okay? So just kind of be here, flicking. As soon as we hear that I got you in that sight, or we know that he's coming, what you end up doing here is like a little bit iffy to me. You end up kind of like just panicking a little bit, and then you do this kind of like GA to your Ashe. What would have been so much better here is GAing to your honor. Do a straight GA to your honor. Because for some reason, you're trying to GA to your Ashe, which is only here, and then trying to sling yourself down here, which is the reason why you end up getting stuck, okay? It is so much better, instead of doing like a little tech like this, try just do a straight GA. Honor is completely your LOS right now. You could very easily just do a straight GA to your honor. You can, as you're doing so, you obviously, you know, you can keep your healing beam onto your Ashe as you're doing so. Just try and keep her up. If the soldier keeps on focusing you, then obviously, you know, you can back off a little bit more. But we just want to try and make sure that we're making a straight GA here and we're using our honor just to do that straight GA. Alright, but keep on going though. I think our team ended up winning that out, which is great, because obviously, you know, we ended up getting their Ashe. Very, very nice. Our team ended up winning out for us, which is all good. But just, you know, we could definitely avoid that death if we're being proactive and thinking to ourselves, okay, where are they going to be coming from? Ults for next team fight, we're looking to do a nano blade. We can definitely still go and pocket the nano blade, because obviously we can damage boost with the nano as well. We just have to kind of look out for what ultimates that they're going to have. However, they have just made a lot of switches, which means they're going to have very little. Nice. Be damage boosting your Ashe or your Genji here, by the way, instead of your Sigma. Nice GA, way to get away from the Sombra. Very, very nice. Nice. I'd rotate now. Yeah, nice. Rotate yourself a little bit sooner here, just be able to get yourself out. But also, if you still want to hold that aggressive position, pop your Valk, okay? If we want to try and keep this aggressive position, just pop your Valk and just play back here if you want to. Alright? Keep going. Nice heals, obviously, onto your Sigma. Nice. I feel like our beam management is wrong here. Let me quickly go back and I'll speak to you about it, okay? So this is fine, because obviously, you're trying to heal up the Sigma. Nice. We pop our Valk for Blade. Keep the damage boost beam on him. Because if we keep the damage boost beam on him, he will do like 1, maybe 2 slashes on the Zen and he's gone, okay? So I'm gonna be you, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna damage boost this Nano Blade, and we can take out him very, very easily. We also desperately, we don't need to be this close to the payload. Like, the payload's hitbox extends up a tiny bit more. It's probably about here-ish. So we can kind of vibe above here rather than being, like, so close to it. The reason is because I know that they're going to have Shatter. So we don't want them to kind of, if you're too close to the ground as Mercy, you can actually get shattered while you're in Valk. So we want to try and make sure that we're still up above a little bit more. But also, still be, as you're doing so, you don't need to keep your beam onto your Ana. Have your beam onto your Genji. We see that Ana gets shattered, okay? She's not going to get attacked by anyone anytime soon, though, okay? Because obviously Ryan's going to take a little bit to be able to get to her, and Mercy has, I don't think, is going to get her pistol onto her as well. So just allow yourself just to keep on damage boosting your Genji here. Because if we damage boost Genji, right, this Zen will already be gone, and he will already have a dash reset, which means he could then come in and try to help protect your Ana, okay? This is just a bit of a bad beam management from you here. Try to see who's doing the damage at that time and damage boost them. Alright, we keep on going. Obviously, nice heals then onto Ana, because we do want to try and keep her up. As soon as she's healthy, though, stick your damage boost on. Nice. Obviously, our Valk's ended now. Nice position here. Use this sling here to get yourself up onto a high ground, okay? Because you and Honor have been very much kind of taking turns with who's been contesting here, basically. And also, we're now just going to be stuck up in the air with these guys just shooting us now, because we just ended up doing, we've done a super jump into the air, okay? I loved all the stall. This stall was absolutely great, okay? But then as soon as we see this Honor go into contest, we need to do a sling up here and play up here. Alright? We'll see what ends up happening to you, however, now. Oh, okay. So we tried to go for the res on the Ana. I would rather you played your life here. Play your life, because we can hear that our Ryan is going to be coming back. We're also going to have our Ashe coming back very, very soon. Your Ashe is so, so close to Bob as well, okay? So allow these guys to come back. All you have to do is play your life. So as soon as you finish stalling, Ana's died. We still have a tiny bit that we can give up. Bear in mind as well, like, it's not fully there yet. Sling yourself up here. By slinging yourself up here as well, you might also be able to force the Sombra to translocate onto you. So that's why, you can come up onto here. Come up onto here, your Ryan touches. Perfect. These guys will then be distracted by the Ryan. Come through this barrier and res here if you want to, okay? Because if you go behind here and res here, you have LOS ever so slightly between these barriers. So you can actually res between them, basically. So we can, like, res behind here. We know that Ashe is going to be back, so as soon as we've done the res, we can then GSL's back. It's not desperate for us to obviously go for the res here, but if we want to, then we can, basically. Alright? But this kind of played very poorly by you trying to go for this res and everything. Like, don't panic too much. Go and play your cover and then come back in. Alright, but keep it going, though. I'm going to see what your team end up doing. That Dynamite should hopefully get Ashe or Bob. She can then use that to be able to contest. And unfortunately end up capping it. But it's good to keep it going. So it is very, very hard to be able to hold that first point. So good, keep going. Nice heals obviously onto the Ashe here. Just when she goes for that damage boost, so when she goes for the Dynamite, tries to damage boost it. And also at this point, I'd be looking to back off to this pillar over here, because I can hear them start to get really, really close. You can hear the Reaper's footsteps really, really well, and you can hear his shotguns. So you want to try and just back off to here, just to make sure that you're creating that distance away from these guys, okay? the main thing with this team comp now is you want to try and play distance, okay? It doesn't matter, I say it doesn't matter so much because obviously, you know, you still want to play behind this piece's cover, especially for, like, for the Zen and stuff like that. But we just want to try and create distance with this team comp because specifically these three, if these three get close to you, that is you gone, okay? We want to try and make sure that we're keeping our distance and still playing a little bit cover for the Zen. Alright, we keep it going though. Nice, unfortunately again, it's going to get pinned there. You can't really do anything about that. You're not going to be able to get that res off as well, so don't try, like, going forward to try and do this res, because, you know, there's going to be no way that you're going to be able to get it off. So just play back, play safe. Just kind of count your losses and just think, yeah, he's gone. Sling yourself out, come play with your Ashe over here. Nice playing out of the way for the shatter. Damage boost here. Nice res. My other thing is if you want to get this res off, do it while he's sleeping. So it means that, you know, he's gonna, what's it called? He's not gonna wake up and then, like, try to pin you or anything, so make sure that you do that while the Ryan is sleeping himself. I just want to quickly rewind back, because I don't like this rotation either that you do. Because it all kind of stems from here, where it's like, you're trying to get this res off. Don't look for this res. This res is not going to be possible, because obviously, you know, they have a lot of people that are close range are going to be able to attack you, alright? Let this position to the side, though, because then it means that, you know, you're not going to get, you know, slammed by the Ryan slam or anything, which is really, really great. Don't sling yourself up here again. Once again, we don't want to use our super jump as our positioning. Use it to reposition. I would be using my Ashe here to GA myself back over onto this kind of, like, rooftop here. You can stand up on this, like, little tent thing, basically. We don't need to be kind of, like, you know, up into the air when we have this piece of cover here. So GA yourself onto the roof of the tent like this. Onto here. Your, Sigma will then get pinned, the Ryan will then get slapped, which then means we can then go for this res straight away, basically. But can you see how, like, we're still better positioned here and we're not just, like, casually up in the air? Play still with your piece of cover like this, alright? Keep it going, though. Nice res, okay. I don't understand why we back out here. We don't need to back out here to your honor. Your honor's not being attacked. The Ryan is backing off. I would rather you stayed up here with your Ashe, because your Ashe has got a really good angle, okay? Just res, and then just go back, straight back to damage boosting your Ashe. What I would maybe do is obviously start to back off maybe a little bit, like play towards this kind of like the pits area, like over here. So it means that, you know, we can like still be at a piece of cover. But we don't need to back off to our honor here. We can still stay, still help enable our Ashe right now, and still stay pushed up. Alright, we keep on going. Because what's going to happen now is if you want to try and go for this Ashe, yeah. Do you see how we're now having to waste another GA just to be able to get back out to our Ashe? But you might as well make this a GA, like a straight GA, rather than this GA sling that you've ended up doing. Just stay with your Ashe. There's no need for you to rotate away from her. Remember, if you're safe, stay in that space. Nice. Really good pick onto the Zen. Very, very nice. This is a reaction thing, okay? Because we can hear the Reaper TPing up here, we don't want to kind of stay up here where the Reaper's going to be. As soon as we hear him TPing near us, we G ourselves away back to our team, alright? Oh, nice. Nice getting the Reaper there. And nice. Okay. All good, team fight 1. We reset, we go again. Go damage boost your Ashe. Go to damage boost your Ashe here. Your Ashe used Bob last team fight, so she is wanting to try and build a quick Bob. Because she can very easily build a Bob in a minute if you're with her, okay? You want to be with these guys, okay? Sigma is completely fine on the point by himself. Allow him to be on the point. He's got a lot of HP. He's going to be absolutely fine, okay? I want you to be pushed up here with your Ashe. Play pushed up with your Ashe here. If your Ashe gets picked, obviously it forces the Mercy res straight away. They're going to come into the next team fight without a Mercy res. So we just want to try and make sure that we're staying pushed up here with your Ashe. Damage boosting. Trying to get that extra bit of damage in. I'll also try to help us as well build our Valk up for the next team fight as well. So just stay pushed up here. We want to push up, get as much damage boost as possible out here. We keep on going. Hoping you do end up doing that in a second. Yeah, you do. Just, you don't need to follow your Sigma about, okay? And also, Sigma is not your best blue beam target right now. It's your Ashe. Don't be coming around here trying to pistol someone, because if the Reaper just so happens to be here, pew pew pew, you're gone, okay? I would rather you just stayed with your team, stayed damage boosting your Ashe here. Nice, she ends up using her EMP, which is really, really great. We've just let 2 people die. Well, I say 2 people die here because obviously they've got EMP'd, but we've just let 2 people die here by pistoling, okay? There's no need for us to try and pistol this Sombra, okay? She's hit a really good EMP. As soon as she does, just get your beam onto people because we want to try and keep people alive. There's no need for us to try and pistol here and then we don't actually end up getting the pick ourselves. So just put the pistol away for this bit. Focus on healing your honor and keeping people alive rather than going with your Glock like this, okay? Oh, what are we doing? Okay. I respect this res, especially because you have your Valk available. I like it. My only thing is drop the res more behind this cover like this. Because you don't want to kind of like just res, because, you know, it's in the back line, right? So we want to try and be as careful as we can. And I don't mind this res as well, kind of say. This is a good res. However, doing this res, don't just kind of do it here as you did. Do it instead here. Because then what we can do is we can use the Ash to G ourselves up, or we can just pop our Valk. Because if we pop our Valk, it means then we can still stay with our Ash, and we can still stay enabling our Ash. But we can also flick our beams onto these guys on the just in case. So we can kind of like balance it between these two like this, okay? So I like this res. I do like this res. But try to think to ourselves, A, how can we perform the res better? And also B, what can we do after the res? Because I don't want you now. If I see you fly away and then the Sombra goes and hacks the Ash, this is a complete waste of a res. Because then what have we resed for? Alright, I'm gonna see what I end up doing though. So we end up popping it, but then we just abandon her. Obviously, I know that we can't really do too much because the Ryan does turn around to try and go to her, okay? But, you know, at the same time, we do kind of still abandon her because we don't end up staying with her and healing her, alright? What I would do here, I would use my beams and follow up on the Genji here. The reasoning is because Genji is so close to Blade, and also Sigur's not going to be able to attack anyone during his flux because the Ryan has been fluxed up, and the Ryan's going to have his big shield. So the Ryan's going to have his big shield. He's not going to be able, you know, he's going to shield off all these attacks from the Sigma. Go in with your Falcon, go damage with your Genji. Allow your Genji to get these picks because also as well, there's a Transcendence as well. Sigma's going to really, really struggle to do any damage in this. Sigma does not gain any ult charge while he's doing his ult as well. Go forward with your Genji. Go forward with your Genji. Damage boost your Genji to try and pick off this this Reaper, or just to at least build his blade, because they're not going to have a trans now to be able to counter your blade. So be looking to kind of help enable him and help him a little bit more. Unfortunately, he ends up getting picked off. Focus on Blade, focus on Blade. Don't go for the res here. Don't go for the res here. The reasoning is, it's kind of like your res on the honor on first point, where it's like, we don't need to res. We want to try and focus on clearing up people instead. So go clearing up, okay? Go clearing up. Go damage boosting your Genji. Clear people up by using the damage boost on the Genji. And then if you find time after that, go and res after that. But yeah, this is not a res opportunity. We want to try and keep our Genji up as much as possible. It's lucky that your Ash ends up getting the picks, ends up getting back, which is really, really great. But yeah, we just want to try and make sure that we're staying alive as much as possible during that. Alright, but we keep it going. Let's go kind of flash forward a little bit. Oh, we did a cute Lemo in spawn. That's so cute. Oh, have we switched to rose gold now as well? Oh, we have. So cute. Alright, nice. So pretty much kind of the same team club as before, except we now, oh, never mind, I was supposed to say we now have a Zen, but they switched back to Ana. So take this off angle with your Ash. Ana can heal main with your Sigma, so allow her to do that. You go on this off angle with your Ash, allow her to pick up this Mercy. If you pick up this Mercy straight away, bam, that's teamfight 1 for you guys, alright? So push up, try to help damage this Mercy, and get her picked off. Alright, keep on going. Don't sling yourself up into LOS of him. Wait for your Genji to dash up and wait for your Genji to dash up and contest him before you go in to go and help with the contest. Nice position here. Very, very nice. All right, push up now. Push up with your Ashe and your Genji just to be able to get some picks off. Also because we want to try and keep him up and alive. Nice position him. To get the res off, that's okay. Once again, be damage boosting someone over your Sigma here. Be damage boosting either your Genji or your Ashe. Nice position here though. I respect this position. This is very, very nice. With this GA, use this GA to go to play with your Ashe, okay? I want you to use this GA to go with your Ashe and to be able to shoot out like this, basically. Rather than, what's it called? Rather than going, like, to just randomly GA about with your Sigma who's, like, full HP, okay? Try, if you can, to go help your Ashe out over here, basically. But keep on going. Nice res. And overall, I just feel like the enemy team are kind of like just collapsing down a little bit now. That's so good. Genji ends up dying to the mines, but that's fine. We don't have res for that, so we just have to wait. Go and heal up your Ashe. And then it means that we can then go push up with her, basically. Alright, but we keep on going. Nice push up with your Ashe here. As you're playing here, keep on switching your field of view here. So don't just be kind of focusing on the Ashe. Be flicking to look at the Sigma as well as you're doing so. Because we just want to make sure that, and your Genji as well. We just want to make sure that those guys are okay as we're helping with this Ashe. Remember, we can see the Ashe's health bar on our screen. So we're not desperate, you know, to like, you know, kind of be looking at her because the health bar is on the screen. So we can keep on looking to these guys, basically. Alright, but we keep on going. Nice heals into the Genji though. Nice. If we want to push up with Genji, making sure that we're slinging ourselves like to this piece of cover rather than just up in the air. Nice, the Rhino ends up falling very, very nicely though. Nice, playing back away from the tire. What you can do is you can chuck your beam onto the Ashe, especially with how far away you are. Just, you know, to be able to get it off. Nice res. You can Valkyrie if you'd like to. Don't get your Glock out for this. Just said focus on like mass damage boost. The reason why you get your Valk out here is to be able to do that mass damage boost. And being able to mass damage boost all of these things is just gonna end up like, you know, taking these guys out basically. So just focus on damage boosting here rather than get your pistol out. Damage boost again here. Nice pick on the Mercy though. I do end up winning it. Okay. So overall, Noah, okay, I'm going to start with some positives. I like your positioning the majority of the time. And what I mean by this is, especially when it's like kind of down in team fights, you position yourself really, really well. And it feels like as well, whenever you're kind of doing your slings or anything, it always is to a piece of cover. My only issue with this is when you're using these slings, try if you can to make them direct, because it feels like whenever you try to sling to a piece of cover, you kind of sling up and then you drop to the cover. Don't do that. Instead of just doing the sling up and then drop into cover, just do sling to cover, because it'll make your movement 10 times better and it'll make it more direct, and it means then as well we're not taking as much damage by doing the sling up and then down. Okay, so just do those straight GAs. My main thing with you, Noah, is I want you to try and go back to, I guess, basics with who we need to beam. What I mean by that is kind of look at the start of your game, right, and think to yourself, who is my main blue beam target and what other things do I need to damage boost in this team comp, okay? So let's have a quick look at your team comp. Let me quickly rewind it. So if we look at our team comp, right, who is our main blue beam target throughout this? It is our Ashe. Our Ashe is our main blue beam target. Our Ashes are our main bleeding target, so that means whenever there's nothing really to do in the team comp, we go up with her. So we either go up with her to push up to try and get some early damage in with the dynamites or like just her general spam, or you know, if everyone's quite healthy, we just default back to Ashe, okay? So we use her, I guess, as our kind of like anchor point for the team, where it's like whenever we have nothing else to do, we go and damage boost the Ashe. However, obviously we do have other people on our team, and it does mean that we can do other things. So with the Sigma, we can obviously damage this him, we can damage this Rock, and we damage this Flux. Other than that, unless if he's like hard focusing one person, don't really touch your Sigma, like unless if he needs healing, I guess. But they're kind of like the main two things we damage for him. With Genji, if we see him diving someone who's like low, or if he's blading, for example, we want to try and chuck the blue beam onto him. Or if our Ashe is currently reloading and the Genji is doing damage, obviously we can switch to damage boosting our Genji instead, okay? So that's how we can balance our beams a lot, basically, okay? We can also damage boost and obviously heal for Ana and peel back for her, basically. So we just need to kind of just stay with our Ashe. And that's why I want you to go back to the basics with, okay? As soon as you enter a game, I want you to look and to see who is our main blue beam target and go from there, basically. All right? Other than Noah, it was pretty good. Reses were okay. Obviously, we talked kind of about them on a case-by-case scenario, to be honest. And your Valks, I don't really have any issues with your Valks. Just make sure that we're using that cover once again with our Valks. And don't go pistol happy with the Valks. Try to, once again, to use your beams a little bit more, okay? But my main thing I wanted to work on is who do we need to beam in what scenario, okay? Go back to the basics. Think to myself, who's our main blue beam? And then go from there, okay? Because I feel like that's kind of the thing that you're struggling with. Because it feels like without you knowing who you need to go and beam, you're just kind of like just ying here, there, everywhere, and not knowing who we need to stay with. Remember, if we res someone, we need to stay with them. We need to try and help them out about the res, especially because, you know, you have this Ashe. It's not like you have like a Tracer who can very easily just blink away from where you've gone, basically. So yeah, work on that, basically know where to begin with, and that's kind of my main piece of advice for help. But please do let me know as well if you have any more issues. But thank you so much for everyone on YouTube as well as on Twitch for watching this. You guys can get your own VOD reviews. Obviously I talk about that at the beginning, so just rewind to that if you do want to see. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!